Hello everybody, I'm Bean, and today we're going to be doing another phone video. Last phone video was about Samsung Galaxy S8 Beast Mode. This video is about another 8 phone, but it's about the iPhone 8. Now, I'll be reading from an article, but I'll try to just summarize it and not read straight from it. I may read some parts, but for the most part, I'll just be summarizing. Basically, what this article is about is Apple bought a bunch of OLED screens from Samsung, according to the Korea Herald, and people are speculating that, well, maybe Apple's going to put a curved OLED screen in their new iPhone 8. Some people are speculating they're going to put it in their 10th anniversary iPhone. Basically, the whole article is about which phones they're going to put it in and how much money Apple's giving Samsung, and talking and speculating about, well, maybe Samsung's going to be the new main provider for screens for Apple from now on. So now there's part of the video where I talk about it. Do I think that Apple would take another company's idea and put it in their phones? Yes, it's been done before. Not saying it's bad, but I wouldn't put it past Apple to do that. Do I think that Apple is going to now use Samsung as their main provider for OLED screens or whatever screens that they're buying? No. I think that Apple will do probably the first year of, in this case, the first year would be the iPhone 8. They'll buy the screens from Samsung, and then they will start manufacturing their own screens after they kind of know, they get their hands on the technology, they can make their own technology. They're going to just say, okay, Samsung, thanks for the screens, but we're going to make our own. To give some dates on the matter, it says Apple also reportedly purchased 100 million OLED panels last April. So this deal could be the second of its kind. And before that, they talk about the more recent one purchased, where they purchased 60 million OLED display panel in a multi-billion-dollar deal from Samsung Displays. So obviously, a company's not going to buy 160 million OLED displays and just not use them. So it has to be being used for some phone, whether it be the iPhone 8, whether it be this 10th anniversary iPhone that's supposed to be spectacular. They're going to use it for something. This also puts into effect the fact that the iPhone 8 could cost over $1,000, which for a phone, I don't think, like $800 for these top phones, I think is a little too much. But $1,000 for something that Samsung's been selling for regular, like, top phone prices, I don't see why that would push Apple over, just adding an OLED screen. So that statement right there where it says the iPhone 8 could cost over $1,000, I don't believe that could be true, because if Samsung can sell their phones for the same or maybe a little more, a little less, I'm not really checking the phone prices. I don't have a phone. I'm a phone enthusiast, I guess. I'm obviously a fan of Android devices, but I don't see why Apple adding something into their phones that's already been in phones would make their phone significantly more expensive than the ones that already have the OLED screen. This also puts into effect, at least the article says, that Apple and Samsung, not Apple and Android, a lot of people get this confused. They think Samsung's the only, like Samsung is Android. No, Samsung's just a manufacturer of a certain type of Android phone. Anyway, people think that this could put past all of Apple and Samsung past legal issues and make them what the article refers to as frenemies, which could be cool. I believe the iPhone 6, if we think back all the way to then, had Chipgate, which one of their processors was developed by Samsung. That may be the past legal issues. I don't know if they took legal action. Once again, I don't have the phones. I just read about them. I like to know what's going on. Maybe if Apple and Samsung can become business partners, we can see the iPhone getting some more custom features instead of just being the kind of bland iPhone that we know. So just listen to me. I sound like a pure Android fanboy. But all in all, this deal could be good for Apple. It could be very good for Samsung. And another big factor is that it says in the article the first deal was worth $8 trillion and the second deal was worth $5 trillion. So that's a lot of money coming Samsung's way. I don't think they're going to refuse that. If Apple's like every generation now, which once again I don't believe, I think they're going to make their own screens after they use, get the technology and the know-how from the screens that they're buying. They're just going to make their own. That's my opinion. As long as Apple's buying, I don't think Samsung's having a problem. This could be just oh, you want to give us however many $1 trillion, then we'll take it. We're not, they say this is repairing their relationship as a company or as companies, but it could just be, oh, you want to give us a shit ton of money, no problem. But anyway, that's basically all I have for the supposed curved iPhone screens. But I believe that there is another article that I saw. Once again, I'm perusing through the news app. Here it is. It says Apple makes a move towards wireless charging. So I'm guessing that Apple is trying to jump on the very popular bandwagon of wireless charging, which once again already been done, but good for them. That could bring a lot of it's just something else they can use to market their phone, I'll read the first paragraph in the article. It says there's an awfully powerful chance that the 10th anniversary iPhone is going to include wireless charging. So this one is talking about the 10th anniversary iPhone. Now I may be going through this video making myself sound like an idiot, which I've done for the past 4 videos, and if you go back you will notice that I only have 4. But I believe, or from what I hear, the 10th anniversary iPhone and the iPhone 8 are 2 different phones. I could be wrong. The iPhone 8 could be the 10th anniversary, but from what I'm reading, how they're saying it, I think that the 10th anniversary is a different phone. The second paragraph basically just says that Apple is joining this wireless power company, which is an industry pushing wireless charging standards known as QI. That really, that could be for anything. The third article says, while Samsung, among other rivals to Apple, has had wireless charging in its premium handsets for some time now, all iPhones lack the convenient feature. So that's not something that's surprising. Once again, my Android fanboyism is coming out now. iPhones lack a lot of convenient features that not all, but some Android phones have. And once again, I don't blame Apple for that, because they're the only, Apple themselves are the only people developing their phone, and Android has like 100 plus companies. They got Samsung, they got Google themselves now made the Pixel. Before they had the Nexus brand, which was jumping from Asus to Huawei to a whole bunch of other publishers or developers, whatever you want to call them. From that reference, you got Asus and Huawei. You got Sony making Android phones. You got so many people making Android phones. You can't expect Apple to keep up with 150 creative staff teams, coming up with different ideas, not working together, but still working on the same platform, versus their one creative staff team that's just one versus so many. It goes on to say the success of wireless charging adoption from Apple's competitors is something that Apple can no longer ignore, which I do agree with. The article just then goes on to say like all the perks of wireless charging and whatever, giving some proof Apple is moving towards it, if you could call it proof. It's all just speculation. But that's basically this video. Just a little video on the Apple side of things. Yes, it had to do with things that Android already had. In the first article, we were talking about Samsung again, but Apple's taking stuff that's already from Android, putting it onto their phones. Then you have to talk about the Android side too. So I hope all you Apple fanboys out there don't get too butthurt on this video. I know it was supposed to be a video all about Apple, but hey, when they're taking features from Android, you gotta mention the credit. So anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. If you're feeling nice, could you guys please leave a like? If you're feeling even nicer, please hit the subscribe button. I've been Bean. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.